very strange reaction to an interviewer who's pretty friendly to big tech, and I'll explain in a second.
How can the company with $13 billion in revenues make $1.4 trillion of spend commitments? And you've heard the criticism,
First
Sam.
of all, we're doing well more revenue than that. Second of all, Brad, if you want to sell your shares, I'll find you a buyer. Enough.
So why does Altman seem so upset here?
Well,
After all,
I want to know
we
this.
were just pointing out a basic
This is not
fact
boring.
that
This is
OpenAI
drama.
is committed to spend over $1 trillion on
good
AI
reaction,
infrastructure over the next 8 years, despite only bringing in around $13 billion a year in recurring revenue, less than 1% of what they're promising to spend. I'm no money genius, and I'm personally terrible at budgeting, but that doesn't seem great. Most of the supposed growth in the American economy in 2025 was caused by investment in AI. That's all part of a promise being made by the industry, led by Sam Altman, that once a certain level of machine learning intelligence is reached, all of our problems will be solved.
The housing crisis, cancer, poverty, climate change, mental health, democracy, universal basic income, cure a bunch of diseases, this cancer and that one, and heart disease. Helping you try to accomplish your goals and be your best. Very high quality healthcare, important new scientific discoveries, the marginal cost of energy are going to
Human life has been saved. Rejoice.
universal extreme wealth for everybody.
In exchange for all that, Altman is asking all of society to put all of our eggs, our data, our economy, our water and resources, everything, into one basket. His. He's offering us one massive just trust me, bro.
Champ, did you get a little bit like slop tuber shit a little bit? I mean, I don't want to say this guy's content sucks, but I have to do.
Basket.
He's just appealing to the masses with this like low-hanging fruit argument, like water research. Come on, bro. Like, dude, really?
He's offering us one massive just trust me, bro. So should we trust Altman?
It's been
should
debunked.
we accept his deal? Is it even our choice?
It's been debunked.
Altman isn't a technologist or scientist. He's an investor and deal maker, and really good at it, supposedly. But his whole career is a series of just trust me, bro moments. So let's examine the deal Altman is offering all of us. Should we believe Sam Altman's promises? And what's the cost to
the water has been debunked. Come on, bro. Really, dude? Are we still doing this shit?
The rest of us if those promises turn out to be lies?
The fact you can say it hasn't means you've been propagandaed. It is what it is. I mean,
in the tech industry. Altman's first big
source, we watched last time. The watershed has been debunked. It's been debunked entirely. Debunked.
A deal was selling his first company, Looped, a service for locating your friends. That's something that inherently needs lots of users to.
Guys, they've used weird metrics and things that aren't statistically correct to lump water in some dramatic way when it's just not true. It is just not true.
Work, or else you're just locating yourself.
The operative idea seems to be ubiquity. I mean, get it out there in more ways
I'll link it.
I'll imagine.
And make it available to everybody.
But the whole time, Loop refused to say how many users they had. Altman just insisted there were, quote, way more users than any other similar service. It turns out, though, that towards the end, Loop only had 500 users. When Reuters reported this, Altman insisted it was 100 times more than that, and that he'd provide evidence. He never did. Just trust me, bro. Loop sold to the Green Dot Corporation, who shut it down immediately and never used any of the tech. Green Dot investors allege it was a dirty deal done to enrich Sequoia Capital, a VC firm with a stake in Loop, and two board members at Green Dot who helped approve the deal. Altman left Green Dot as soon as he was legally able, walking away with millions for building an app that no longer existed in any form. And luckily for Altman, someone saw something in him. Peter Thiel. Thiel, who once said that Altman should be treated as, quote, more of a messiah figure, gave Altman millions to start his own VC firm, Hydrazine Capital. And that's not all the capital Altman controlled. He was also hired as president of Y Combinator, or YC, an influential venture capital firm and startup incubator, where Looped got its original funding.
I think the president of YC is sort of the unofficial leader of the startup movement.
And Altman personally traded on that influence. The New Yorker reports that up to 75% of Hydrazine's capital was invested in YC companies. Altman used his inside view to get a cut of YC's power, despite Altman promising he didn't cross-invest in YC companies. That's two big lies so far: the user base of Loop that needed users to exist, and his investments. In 2015, Altman leads YC into the investment you likely most know him for.
He's sort of a semi-company, semi-nonprofit doing AI safety research.
OpenAI was
what's a semi-nonprofit? That doesn't make sense.
launched as the supposed nonprofit OpenAI Foundation, with a charter with a lot of lofty goals, a primary fiduciary duty to humanity, and avoiding enabling uses of AI or AGI that harm humanity or unduly concentrate power.
Are you really allowed to represent yourself as a nonprofit and then change once you get to the top? I mean, isn't that just a way to rise to the top by saying nonprofit, and when you get there, you change your model? I mean, that's pure scam. What?
While acting to minimize conflicts of interest among our employees and stakeholders. The evidence that they do that? Just trust me, bro. OpenAI's primary financial backers were tech billionaires and millionaires like Altman himself, Peter Thiel, Reid Hoffman, and Elon Musk, and tech companies like Amazon Web Services and Infosys.
We wanted to build this with humanity's best interest at heart.
But in exchange, OpenAI is asking for a lot, putting all of society's eggs in one basket, if you will. They want electricity, water, infrastructure, capital, your data, your
water. Okay. Yeah. I asked Grok. AI data centers consume 1.52% of the global electricity in 2025. Double to with AI growth. Yo.
Shut up and do some
24 web
runs,
pages.
man.
How many more sources you want? Compare this percentage of electrical use and water use to other things like servers. Is 1% a lot? What is that? Who knows what liters is though? Oh, 1 email sent.
Hey XQC, love you, big
Yeah,
53 months.
but
Can I get a welcome
humans
to the
have
jungle?
humans don't visualize things well. Okay, I'm not kidding about this. When you put more zeros, we don't really fathom that kind of change. It's not. You would have to put it in what? Yes, humans have a bad capacity at visualizing scale. They don't scale things properly. We have a problem with that. U.S. data centers, 4%. AI drives most growth. Jesus, man, that's actually kind of a lot though, low-key. 85, 90%. Interesting. Data centers, 0.5% of fresh water. AI increases cooling need, but small national percentage is agricultural. 70%? Guys, now compare this data to like cows and steak and shit like that, and chickens and shit. Yo, compare water use with meat consumption. Disastrous. If you cared that much about water, you wouldn't be eating meat. Food is necessary. Meat isn't.
I am mostly lurker, all love my juicer, red heart.
It's something that we want, not that we need, little buddy.
Compare it to my dick, how about that?
You need that steak just as much as you need AI. As in, you don't need either. You can get other shit. It's a disastrous use of water. How much water does it take for me to
stand still? I'm almost done.
Have 1 steak to eat.
Tell us more about the deal Ron took to age him. Have you met anyone else who took this
15,000 liters
Trump is Elvis.
per kilogram? Yo, little buddy. Okay, that's mostly rainwater. How much of that is not rainwater? Compare it to US golf courses. Water is reusable. 6%. That's still.
What about the GG beef from Target? That gets clipped and reacted to. That adds to the total water cost.
What the fuck is the blue and gray sources? 1,000. Bro, that's insane though. That's huge. What? That's huge. Is that bad? I'll be honest with you. I don't really care that much about this anymore. Okay, last prompt. How much water do we use to maintain 1 good golf course in the US? Yeah, but you can use bad water though, right? Okay.
Yeah, instead of using that water
is
to keep
any
livestock
of that
alive,
drinkable
we should
water?
Clearly divert it all toward generating absurdly large titties all day.
Hold on.
Don't act like you can go vegan, Felix. You order your 20-piece nuggets made of chinchilla meat and Big Mac full of armadillo foot every night.
In arid spots, they have to use Actual drinkable water. Little buddy. Oh my God, yo, I'm actually about to drink. I'm about to consume an entire village's worth of fucking water supply with this prompt. Yo, a village is about to run out of water with this prompt. Hello?
I thought the entire point
I'm done
of
with
this conversation was that water usage is a complex thing to calculate. Why are we asking Grok, which probably just quotes Altman's number? Speed 1, speed
Writing
1, speed
your
1,
art,
speed 1,
and
speed
for
1.
humanity to adjust to job loss, deepfakes, and everything else. All in exchange for some future promise of technology that fixes everything.
Job loss is, oh my God.
Trust him with all of this? Let's look at some of his biggest statements and promises to show how they tie to all the eggs in the basket. Altman insists he doesn't own any of OpenAI, and he...
Yo. Job loss, I think you would call this a structural change or whatever it's called. It's another type of change. Happens all the time. We get new tech and some jobs are replaced. Not all jobs are jobs that people even want. Yo, we replaced a bunch of jobs with new tech, like people that turn the lights on in the street. Guys, who's crying about people who used to turn the lights on in the streets?
Barely takes his salary.
I paid enough for health insurance. I have no equity in OpenAI. I'm doing this because I love it.
But he doesn't hide that he's already rich, trying to do a rich guy using money for good Batman thing.
That Batman, such a wonderful person, but I don't deserve it.
But we millionaires decided that you do.
But let's look at how this is part of his honesty problem.
Brother, I don't want you why you want people to create jobs that nobody wants
and
that are unneeded. What if I have a company? Oh guys, I'm such a cool guy. I'm gonna make some jobs. This warehouse, we're gonna hire people, one employee per 10 lights, and if they're gonna go and turn the light on.
Using ChatGPT.
Guys, they're gonna go to the office, turn the light on, and if somebody makes a system, something crazy, right, that turn lights on by itself, you're taking our jobs. You're taking our jobs away. You're removing our jobs that people work so hard. I turn the lights on, dude. Nobody wants to do that shit. Like it's not a job that people want to do, man. Like what?
To the eggs in the
warehouse,
basket,
fucking bullshit jobs, stalking jobs. People don't even want those.
To build OpenAI. One of the eggs OpenAI needs is a ton of data. You can't build a large language model without examples of language and content. And one source of that data is Reddit. Altman owns a big share of the social networking site and was on its board until 2022. Reddit got its start in the same inaugural Y Combinator class as Looped. Here's Altman standing next to Reddit co-founder Aaron Swartz in 2005. Swartz died by suicide in 2013 after being criminally charged for reproducing academic articles online and breaking copyright law. In 2015, Altman made a deal with Reddit, allowing OpenAI to, quote, basically aggressively scrape everything posted on the site to feed into OpenAI's tech. Reddit co-founder Alex Ohanian felt in his bones the deal was wrong. It's a less noble version of what Reddit co-founder Aaron Swartz was targeted by law enforcement for. Swartz wanted to open the knowledge up to everyone. Altman wanted to put it...
People need jobs to make money, yes, but change is inevitable. Change will happen, right? It sucks. I think it's terrible when a lot of jobs are lost instantly because of structural change or whatever, right? Change will happen. It's better if it's done gradually so that people can get from one job to the other and they can transition. It's better when it's too abrupt, and this might be abrupt, but some jobs are meant to be removed, dude. So, like, when will understand this?
In his product. In 2014, Altman promised that he and other investors would give 10% of Reddit's value back to the Reddit.
Stalking jobs. Nobody wakes up when they're young. I want to put things on a shelf. I don't give a shit. I want to grow up to be the best stock shelver of all time and put box on a shelf. Dude, the repetitive, manual labor, manual intensive
XQC,
jobs that people can have injuries.
Christmas,
like, dude, come on, bro.
Happy holidays, thanks for all the content.
Due to regulatory issues. But just like Reddit's data going to OpenAI, a look at the areas Altman's wealth is invested in show a deep connection to other needs of the organization. He's invested in AI networking equipment companies, thermal battery companies, and even companies mining the rare earth metals that server farms require. And Once it's all
Camels
built,
are incredible
Altman will
drinkers,
profit off
able
the
to guzzle
problems
massive amounts
AI
of water
creates.
quickly,
We're going
up
to
to
focus on
200 liters/53 gallons in minutes.
Rising energy demands and costs, misuse like fraud and deepfakes.
I understand it. That means to the end and its income. I understand it. But jobs are lost every day to structural change and changes in technology. Every day. Who complains about the things that the technology, the internet? How many jobs do you think were lost because of the internet? Probably millions of jobs were removed by internet. Who's crying about internet growth? Who says, guys, we should sabotage and we should cancel the internet wires in the sea because it removes jobs? Yes, it also made jobs. That and it's bad. Yes, it made same thing here. Removes jobs, makes jobs. What about it?
And job loss and economic collapse. Altman says again and again that OpenAI needs more power. The, quote, audacious long-term goal is to build 250 gigawatts of capacity by 2030.
AI prompter?
That much.
People have to make those servers, maintain them. People need to organize them, make them. More people go into those fields. More people become engineers and builders for this shit. People have to construct those. This also creates jobs. Like, how do you not understand this? Even if you would say, oh, the water, use waters, people have to make those pipes. People have to maintain them, expand them, renew them. Like, that's also jobs, man.
Compute requires much electricity as 1.5 billion people, the equivalent of the entire population of India. But Altman has a solution. Since they first met in the early 2000s, Peter Thiel and Sam Altman have had a shared interest, investing in nuclear power. Which isn't inherently bad, of course. Nuclear can be an extremely efficient and clean form of energy. But Thiel and Altman want to own it. Altman is invested in Helion and Oklo. Helion is working to build the first ever nuclear fusion power plant, a type of energy creation that many scientists say won't work. And Oklo is building microreactors, literally truck-sized nuclear reactors, which is a bit concerning considering this investment strategy.
Part of our model is make the cost of mistakes really low, and then make a lot of mistakes.
But for now, Oklo hasn't figured their...
I mean, this is rage bait, let's be honest. Dude. You take some quote that fits and you just lump it in some, like, super big thing that could go wrong. Oh, come on, man. Hey, guys, it's like some narrative-based bullshit. Like, come on, man, really,
reactors
dude?
out yet, and are just using gas to keep up with the promises they made.
Nuclear startup Oklo and natural gas firm Liberty Energy today announcing a partnership to provide energy to large-scale customers.
Altman is also invested in multiple companies offering protection against AI bad actors, identity verification to prevent deepfakes, and even companies offering insurance.
This is a video. I'm listening. I'm commenting on it.
AI scams and hacking. That's like Batman not making any money off of crime fighting, but then selling Batmobile drove into my house insurance. While also running the Uber for henchmen startup that the Riddler uses and selling the Joker white makeup. One other big promise Altman makes is that when the AI he sees as inevitable makes many jobs obsolete, it'll create so much wealth that it can be shared with everyone, just like his smaller scale Reddit promise that turned out to be bullshit. And in 2024, he announced the product that'd supposedly offer that shared abundance.
I'm not defending anybody. This guy lots of the time he does some dumb shit, but cook him for what he does, not like some misquoted, like, unrelated thing. Like, really, dude, like, it's low hanging fruit. Like.
WorldCoin is a technology company and cryptocurrency funded by all the usual suspects of techno-fascism. WorldCoin's backers say it can be a way to give out some form of universal basic income when AI starts replacing jobs.
I think this idea that we have a global currency that is outside of the control of any government is a super logical and important step on the tech tree.
But it also sells itself as a solution to identity verification problems created by AI.
I mean,
they want to use
Bitcoin
these
does that,
orbs as a method of trusted identity check. And you don't get your universal basic income until you scan your eyes into the orb. And like many of Altman's other projects, from Looped to ChatGPT, it requires universal adoption to be of any business use.
Oh, fuck that.
Currency and identification system are pretty useless if other people don't use them. So again, Altman is making an offer. Give us your identity, and we'll give you cryptocurrency. It's a classic Altman deal. I'll fix everything if you sign over everything. Just trust me, bro. It's almost like Altman wants to build a whole other economy, just in case the one we have now falls apart.
I don't know. This is
Well, we'll get to that. In 2019, OpenAI gave up any pretense of being nonprofit and started a for-profit branch, then spun the for-profit out into its own entity in 2024. That for-profit organization has none of the same legal responsibilities as the nonprofit did, and brought in new investors like Microsoft, which invested $13 billion, which OpenAI largely spent on Microsoft products.
Dude, Willy Wonka, that's what I was thinking too.
Microsoft. Nvidia has promised to invest $100 billion in OpenAI over the next few years, money that OpenAI will spend buying Nvidia chips. OpenAI has similar circular deals with AMD, the Qatari government, and Larry Ellison's Oracle.
How about the $20 you owe me?
Well, I only got 10, so here's 10 and I owe you 10.
Thanks.
Hey, Mo, you owe me 20.
Well, here's 10 and I'll owe you 10.
You owe me 20. Here's 10, I owe you 10. Here's 10, I owe you. Here's 10, I owe you. Here's 10, I owe you. Good, now we're all
You
even.
genuinely think that fired warehouse
entire
workers
economy
are
is
qualified
tied
to
to the
work for the
success
jobs
of
that I will create? I won't create any jobs for people that need it.
Oh my god, dude, I understand this. But where's the outrage about every single area of tech that this causes? Bro, where's the outrage when Roomba was created? Because, oh, it's replacing janitors. If you can have Roombas and shit fix the office up, then what about the guys who broom the ground? What about those guys?
Altman's project.
We might screw it up. Like, this is the bet that we're making, and we're taking a risk along with that.
But who is the we taking the bet? Here's OpenAI's CFO.
Banks, private equity, maybe even governmental, the ways governments can come to bear.
Meaning like a federal subsidy or something?
Meaning like just first of all, the backstop, the guarantee that allows the financing to happen.
Through all of that stammering, the CFO of OpenAI is making a clear point. The government, your tax dollars, are responsible for saving the AI project. That's more eggs in the basket. And that basket
those eggs
some
always
responses
he's not gonna eat them?
who, as we've illustrated, lies and breaks promises
You are actually
a lot.
correct here. XQC,
So
the
if we
crazy
really
thing is,
look
you are actually
at the basket,
correct here.
Maybe we shouldn't have been putting all those eggs in there.
How much water was used, you think, in the making of those eggs? This video and the amount of server use that 2.2 million people watch this video. How much do you think? A fuck ton. A fuck ton of water was used for that. Why is he not complaining about that? I mean, who cares? If you're gonna say that you're outraged about water, I mean, you're using mass water.
And it gets worse. While we were editing this video, news broke that OpenAI is seeking a $750 billion valuation and is in talks with Amazon for a $10 billion investment. That's money that OpenAI would spend on Amazon infrastructure. So
okay, that was a good video. I enjoyed it.